Hey guys, this is Q from Ionti Trading, and today we're going to go over some marijuana stock technical analysis. Starting with Aurora Cannabis, we're going to move into Chronos, CGC, and probably just the MJ sector as a whole. Now, I have not looked at these stocks too much in the past couple weeks because I've been really focusing on the technology stock sector, which is absolutely booming right now. It's overall market conditions is riding pretty close to a really big break. So let's go ahead and jump into this video, and I'm going to be doing this along the way. So expect me to pause a few times, mess up a few times because I'm just reading this technical analysis as we go. I have looked at Aurora Cannabis just a few minutes ago, and so far this is what I've drawn out. I'm going to explain why I drew these lines out. First, I want to point this horizontal line out, which is holding Aurora below this level right over here. So as you can see, Aurora had tried to break above this line on November 18th, it looks like. And it did not successfully do so. Therefore, it is still considered in a bearish move after it made this high right over here. So Aurora is still riding the slow. If you bought the dip, you're lucky. If you didn't, then you still have a chance, because as you can see right over here, because Aurora has been viewed so positively in the news lately, we can say that Aurora is preparing to break above the $7.96 mark. So what you want to look for next is a break above this line, because that's really going to set the tone to which way Aurora is going. The only thing is, it makes me a little uncomfortable how close it is riding to the 70 mark on the RSI. If you don't know how the RSI works, know that 70 is too overbought. So once Aurora breaks above this line, it is still riding at 70. Therefore, what I would do personally is I would wait for a pullback even as it breaks above the line. Unless you're doing a quick day trade, not a swing trade, I would wait for a pullback and then wait for that higher high and higher low. Buy on the higher low as long as it keeps its level above this. So if Aurora does something like this, it breaks above and then does this, then your opportunity to buy would actually be at this level right over here, because now you know this resistance line is now acting as a support line. So it would be a perfect ideal time to buy for a swing trade. However, Aurora could very much do this, and then because the RSI is way too high, it can actually dip below. And now you know that Aurora did not have enough volume to successfully keep going up from here. Let's go ahead and clear this because it's getting a little messy. Remove all drawing tools. So Aurora is probably your best bet right now as a marijuana stock, because it has been, like I said, in the news so positively. Chronos has not been in the news so positively. CGC is always, the bad boy that's riding out there because they have that large investment with Constellation Brands. So Aurora, still a cheap stock, has huge potential. If you're a long-term investor, Aurora is a great hold. I personally have it in my own personal portfolio. This is not investing advice. I'm just stating what I have in my portfolio. But what we want to look for as day traders, and I personally am going to be day trading this, is a break above this close to $8 mark. To play it safe, like I said, you want to wait for it to break above, have a pullback, and then break above again. So I'm expecting a really green day from Aurora coming soon, as long as it keeps above or close to this resistance line. Also, another thing to look out on Aurora is this moving average that it's holding above. So if you don't know anything about moving averages act as resistance and support lines as well. So when you're looking at this 9-day moving average, as long as Aurora is holding above this 9-day moving average, it will continuously do so until it breaks below it, as it did here. As you can see, as Aurora broke below the 9-day moving average, it kept consolidating in between it until it finally caught a chance, and we saw two huge green candles from it with a lot of volume. So keep an eye on the moving averages as well. My personal moving averages that I use are going to be the 9-day and 20-day moving average. Here I have the 50-day acting as a support as well. So let's move on to another marijuana stock. I have not looked at this one yet. Maybe I have some drawing tools from the past, but yes. So CGC, or Canopy Growth. what a beautiful bullish pattern it's setting up. As you can see, there's the bullish pattern. There was a huge buy-in right over here, and now CGC is consolidating in between these two lines. Let's go ahead and draw the bullish flag out. This is what we call a bullish flag pattern. As you can see, there is a nice setup where there is a huge buy-in, and then there is a consolidation that's going up and down, and it looks like CGC is actually setting up for a huge breakout soon. With enough volume, it can very much do so. So what are the key support and resistance lines that we're looking for? I may have done a video on this. I quite frankly don't remember. But the key lines that we're looking for would be a break above this. What is this? How much is this? Let's see. This was closing at $50.77. So we want to see a break above $50.77, which is represented by this horizontal line that we've drawn out that's representing a resistance line. So this is the primary resistance line that we're looking for Canopy to break above. If Canopy breaks above this line, then we are very much expecting a rally from it. But before it can break above this line, Canopy must break out of this bullish flag pattern that's being set up. As you can see that the stock has been consolidating between these two lines for quite a while. Today was a huge green day for Canopy. It looks like it had a pretty massive day. The bears did push it back, represented by this long wick at the top. However, it closed above that 9-day moving average. So tomorrow can very much still be a green day, but don't expect it to break above tomorrow. I would give it maybe two more up and down, up and down, higher highs and higher lows before the stock breaks completely above. And so we want to see a break above this bullish flag pattern and then a break above this resistance line, which will then turn into a support line, setting it up for another breakout. Now let's go ahead and take a look at Chronos. See if we see anything on Chronos. Okay, so we're also seeing something on Chronos. Chronos has not been in the news very positively lately. It has been downgraded and saying that it will not keep up with its fellow marijuana stocks, which I believe is true. A lot of these marijuana stocks are pretty hyped up, and we don't really know the value of them yet. But just like Canopy, we're also seeing another flag pattern. Canopy looks like it's preparing for another breakout. However, it's just not getting enough attention from traders these days. So if we draw maybe if we can see a flag pattern. Now I'm doing this as I go. I'm not really, I haven't really looked at the stock per se, but maybe we can see something here that the stock is consolidating between these two lines. Today it closed just below, actually. Let me see where it closed. It closed just above, actually, the previous trading day. So we very much could see Canopy do another jump. We're looking for it to break above this 9-day moving average, but honestly, I'm not seeing much happening with Chronos. I'm not seeing much happen with Chronos here. I just don't see it having a lot of a breakout. It's already trading pretty high, I would say, for its value. So I'm actually expecting Chronos to break below this line and move downwards down to about an $18 level, I would say, or $19 level, where this resistance line is holding it. So the initial resistance line or support line that Chronos has would be at this level right over here where the stock had been jumping above. So I do think that Chronos can actually ride all the way back down to this line before we see it bounce back up, just because it just has not had the best view in the news lately. So I would personally stay out of Chronos unless you're doing quick day trade scalps or some great news articles coming out, because I just don't see it moving way above this line. It has had a tremendous move, but I don't see it to keep going up. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the MJ sector. That's the ETF for marijuana, and see what it's doing. So it looks like the MJ sector is actually, just like Aurora, is hitting another resistance line. So let's draw out a resistance line for this sector and see what's happening with it. So MJ looks like is holding below this line right over here, and so Now, it's very important to understand that the sector is represented by the overall move in all of the marijuana stocks. So when you're looking at Aurora, Canopy, Kronos, Tilray, those are all marijuana stocks that are held within this sector. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure there's other ones that are held within the sector. But when you're looking at the overall movement of the sector, it helps you identify when there's going to be a huge turnaround. So say the stock just or this sector never makes it above this key resistance lines and it breaks below it. It doesn't just mean that this sector broke below. Yes, there are people trading the sector, but more importantly, what's moving this sector is the underlying stock that it's holding. So when you see this pattern, it's going to actually be almost identical to a lot of the stocks that it's holding a large sum of. So I'm not sure who are the main stocks that the ETF of MJ holds, because I haven't done the research on that, but it will likely be identical to what the major carriers that it has are doing. So this pattern may look familiar to you because it showed up on another MJ stock, but the overall sector chart can tell you when there's going to be key support and key resistance lines. So as you can see, there is a key resistance line that's acting as a barrier for this sector to break through. And by I mean this sector, what I mean by the sector is the entire marijuana sector. So if the stock is trying to break above this line, that means there are other marijuana stocks breaking above that same line, maybe at a different level though. And so just like Aurora, you could see that there's a resistance line that the stock has been trying to break through. Another big day for the sector, but it's riding a little too high up on the RSI. Therefore, traders are a little wary of where they're going to take the sector next. Now, overall market conditions for MJ has been pretty positive. The marijuana stocks have been a big hit in the news lately. Everybody's loving them. That's probably why you're watching this video. But a key resistance line that we're looking for it to break above is this line that I've drawn out for you. If the stock does break above this line, expect all of marijuana stocks to rally, or most to rally at least. We have seen 3 green candles following each other. However, this candle looks like it may be reversing the sector for another low. So because there is a long wick at the top, there's a little bit of indecisiveness in the price today. We had a pretty low for the day, and then we had a pretty high for the day. Therefore, we may see a red day for the marijuana sector tomorrow, March 13th. But if there is enough green volume in the morning, then we can very much see it go above, but I do not see it breaking above this line tomorrow. And if it does, then it is a little dangerous to play or swing trade, because then the RSI will very much be close to 70. Therefore, waiting for a pullback would be the smart move to do, just like you would do for Aurora. Anyways, guys, I hope that was a little helpful. If you guys have any questions or concerns, please leave them in the comments below. If you do want to see more videos like this, subscribe to my channel. Again, this is Q from Ianti Trading. Thanks for watching.